Yeah, started out, like most people by accident in this industry. Used to have a pretty decent sized brokerage, about $40 million in revenue. Sold it to private equity, 2015. And that's how InMotion Global or Ascend TMS basically spawned out of that. I bought the IP from the private equity firm when we sold. I had obviously a lot of experience building a brokerage from nothing.
Yeah.
And as part of the brokerage, we had actually had assets as well. So, typical broker, you call up a customer, do you have assets? If you say no, they put the phone down. So, of course, we did the stupid thing and bought some assets. So then you could say, yes, we do have assets. And at least you could have a longer conversation, with the prospect.
Oh, don't we all know that well?
Yeah, so we basically built our own software. I'm an ex-programmer, studied programming when I was a kid, back in 1981, and I used to write computer games. And so when I found myself in this world of logistics, I couldn't afford the big name, the McLeods and the TMWs at the time. We were literally
Yeah.
started with nothing, and so I essentially, in cut a long story short, wrote our own TMS. I didn't even know it was called a TMS at the time, and we just kept iterating. And as we got assets, we wrote the software for the assets, and then eventually I realized that wow, we've got a pretty cool system here, and we tried to sell it as part of the brokerage, but it was difficult.